Hi. With this movie we will show you how to filter a select menu with the value of another select menu. We inserted two empty select menus on our page. We will bind dynamic data to them. The first one will list the categories, and the second one will display the products in the selected category. First, let's create a server action file. Add a name for it. Then, open Globals. And right-click Get. Add a variable. We call this variable Category. We will assign to it the category selected from the Categories drop-down. Right-click Steps. And add a database connection. Select your database connection from the drop-down, or create one, if you haven't done this yet. Then, right-click the database connection step and add a database query. Add a name for this query. We call it Categories, as it will bring the categories from our database. Click the Query Options button, and then select and add your database table. Then add the columns that you need to the select list. And click OK. We are done setting up our categories query. Now let's add the products query. Right-click the query that we've just created, and add another database query. We call it Products. Click the Query Options button. Select the database table that you want to display data from, and add it. Then, add the columns you need to the select list. Open the Filters tab. Select the column that you want to filter the query by, and add it to the filters list. Then, click the Dynamic Data button for the filter value. And under Globals, Get, select the variable that we created earlier, and click the Select button. Select the same variable in the Condition field. This way, the query will be filtered only when a filter value is present. Otherwise, it will display all of the records. Click the OK button when you are done, and save your action file. Now, we need to create a server action executor. Click the Add New button. Add a name for this executor. Select to run it on DOM Ready. And then select your action file from the drop-down. Set the method to Get. You can see our Get variable, which we created earlier, in the Server Connect Globals. We are using it to filter the products query, so it needs to have a value assigned. Its value should be the value selected in the first drop-down. So, we select the Category drop-down under the Global Form Variables. And then we assign it as a value for our Categories variable. Then, check the Refresh Action File and Change checkbox. This way, as soon as we select a category, the action file will automatically refresh, and the product query will be filtered. Then click the OK button. Now, let's add the dynamic data to our drop-downs. Click the first Select menu, and select the Categories query in the Executor that we've just created. Select to bind it as Select Data, Repeat Children, and click the Bind button. Then, select the binding that will be used as a value for this drop-down, and bind it as Select Option Value. We use the same binding for the option title but you can use whatever you need to show as a title. Click, select, Option, Title, and bind it. We do the same with the second dropdown. This time using the products query. Let's preview the results. That's how easy it is to filter dynamic dropdowns using DMX Zone Server Connect.